Listen to me. One of the greatest skills you will ever master is learning to act like you don't care. Not because you're cold, not because you're heartless, but because every time you overreact, every time you beg for validation, every time you make your happiness dependent on how people treat you, you hand over your power. See, life will test you. People will test you. They will ignore you, mock you, betray you, and doubt you. Not because you're worthless, but because they're measuring your strength. And most people fail that test. They break down, they complain, they chase. But the ones who rise, they master restraint. They master composure. They master the ability to look unshaken when the storm is raging. Here's the truth. When you stop caring about the opinions, the gossip, the whispers, you become untouchable. When you stop trying to prove yourself to everyone, you start proving yourself to yourself. And that's when you become dangerous, not reckless, but powerful. Because now you're not begging for opportunities, you're attracting them. Don't misunderstand me. This isn't about being emotionless. This is about controlling your emotions so deeply that no one can control you. It's about walking into every room, every challenge with a calm confidence that says, whether you doubt me or not, I'm still going to win. So the next time someone tries to pull you down, the next time they ignore you, doubt you, or talk about you, act like you don't care, not because you don't feel anything, but because you're too focused on where you're going to be distracted by where they want to keep you. When you master this, you don't just earn respect, you command it. And more importantly, you free yourself. When you depend on others for validation, every word, every look, and every reaction becomes a chain that controls your emotions. You start living your life based on how people see you rather than how you see yourself. The problem with this is simple. People are inconsistent. One moment they praise you, and the next they criticize you. If your confidence rises and falls with their opinions, you'll constantly be chasing approval instead of building real self-worth. The truth is, overreacting to how others treat you gives away your power. When someone ignores you or criticizes you, and you respond with desperation, anger, or neediness, you confirm their control over you. You show them that their words dictate your peace. The real strength comes when you can remain composed even when others try to get under your skin. Acting like you don't care isn't about being heartless. It's about reclaiming your emotional independence. It's the ability to stay grounded no matter what storm is brewing around you. When you stop reacting to every opinion, you free yourself to move with purpose, confidence, and control. And when people see that they can't shake you, they start respecting you instead of testing you, Life has a way of throwing challenges at you, not just through circumstances, but through people. There will be times when you are doubted, overlooked, criticized, or even betrayed. And often it won't be because you did something wrong. It's a test. A way the world measures your resilience and determination. Most people crack under that pressure. They complain, lash out, or let their self-worth crumble because someone didn't see their value. But those who rise above these moments understand that these tests are not meant to destroy them, but to reveal their strength. When people ignore you or question your abilities, they are watching to see if you believe in yourself enough to keep going without their approval. It's in those moments that your true character is exposed. Will you fold and beg for recognition, or will you stand tall and prove through action that no one's doubt can derail you? The ones who succeed don't waste time fighting for validation. They keep moving, building, and showing through their results that no opinion can stop their purpose. These tests aren't setbacks. They're opportunities to build unshakable confidence and become someone who can't be broken by outside noise. Staying calm when everything around you feels like it's falling apart is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Most people panic, lash out, or make desperate decisions when pressure hits, but composure is what separates those who thrive from those who crumble. When chaos comes, emotions rise, and fear takes over, it's easy to react impulsively and make choices you'll regret later. But those who remain steady in those moments hold the advantage. They think clearly while everyone else is clouded by panic. They make choices based on strategy, not emotion. Composure doesn't mean you don't feel stress or fear. It means you refuse to let those feelings dictate your actions. When you can control your reactions, people start to see you differently. They see strength, reliability, and leadership. They trust you because you don't get rattled when the stakes are high. This steadiness also draws opportunities because people are drawn to those who seem unshakable. Chaos will always come and storms will always hit, but how you carry yourself in those moments determines how others treat you and how fast you rise. True composure turns obstacles into stepping stones and doubt into undeniable respect. Controlling your emotions is not about shutting them off or pretending they don't exist, but about mastering how you respond to them so no one else gains control over you. Most people believe strength means not feeling, but true strength is feeling everything and still choosing how to act. When anger, frustration, or disappointment rise, the easy reaction is to lash out, argue, or let those emotions lead your decisions. But every time you let emotions run unchecked, you hand over your power to whoever or whatever triggered them. Mastery begins when you can feel those emotions, acknowledge them, and still remain composed enough to act with intention. This discipline protects you from being manipulated because no one can push your buttons to steer your actions. It also builds respect because people trust those who stay calm and deliberate even when things get heated. Being in control doesn't make you emotionless. It makes you powerful because your choices come from clarity, not chaos. The more you practice this, the more unshakable you become, and others begin to realize they can't disrupt your focus or stability no matter how hard they try to get a reaction from you. Confidence that radiates without you having to announce it creates a presence people can't ignore. When you walk into a room or face a challenge with calm assurance, it communicates strength far louder than words ever could. Most people try to demand respect by talking about their worth, proving their achievements, or seeking recognition, but true confidence doesn't need to shout. It shows itself through the way you carry yourself, the way you handle adversity, and the way you stay steady even when others doubt you. People naturally gravitate toward and respect those who remain grounded and composed under pressure because it signals leadership and reliability. When your confidence is rooted in who you are, not in how others see you, it can't be shaken by criticism or rejection. That kind of quiet strength inspires trust, makes people listen when you speak, and earns respect without you ever needing to chase it. Over time, this presence opens doors, draws opportunities, and separates you from the crowd because people recognize that you don't rely on approval to know your value. The respect you gain this way lasts because it's built on authenticity and the power of self-assurance rather than performance. When you stay focused on your goals, the distractions around you begin to lose their power. Doubters, critics, and negativity will always be there trying to pull you off course, but when your vision is clear, their voices become background noise. Most people lose momentum because they give too much energy to those who question or oppose them, wasting time defending themselves instead of building the life they want. Every moment spent reacting to someone's doubt is a moment stolen from your progress. The ones who rise to the top understand that success demands tunnel vision. They don't stop to argue, explain, or convince anyone. They channel every ounce of energy into moving forward. Staying locked in on your destination also keeps your emotions in check because your focus becomes stronger than the temporary noise around you. The more you push forward, despite the distractions, the more those distractions fade and the results you create speak louder than anything anyone could say. Eventually, even the ones who doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge your growth, not because you tried to convince them, but because you stayed committed long enough to make your vision undeniable. When you learn to detach from the need for approval and validation, you unlock a level of freedom that most people never experience. So many spend their lives trapped, constantly worrying about how they are perceived, constantly adjusting who they are to meet expectations that often don't even matter. This constant search for acceptance becomes a silent prison where every decision is filtered through fear of judgment. Detachment isn't about becoming cold or isolating yourself from the world, but about taking back control over your own peace and direction. When you stop living for other people's opinions, you start making choices that actually align with your goals and values instead of their expectations. You stop second guessing yourself because you no longer need permission to be who you are. This freedom allows you to think and act with clarity without the emotional weight of constantly trying to please everyone. The moment you no longer hinge your self-worth on external voices, you become harder to manipulate, harder to distract, and harder to stop. That independence allows you to move with a calm confidence, and people naturally start respecting you, not because you chase their approval, but because you no longer need it. When you develop the ability to master your emotions and reactions, you naturally earn both respect and opportunities because people can sense your stability and strength. Most individuals move through life reacting impulsively, letting every doubt, criticism, or setback throw them off balance, and as a result, they remain stuck in a cycle of frustration. But when you control yourself, you shift from being reactive to being intentional, and that shift changes how the world responds to you. Respect follows because others see that you can't be easily rattled or manipulated, and success follows because calm decision-making opens doors that impulsive reactions often close. Self-mastery creates a quiet power, the kind that doesn't need to be spoken about because it shows in how you carry yourself and handle challenges. It gives you the ability to build and maintain relationships, pursue goals with consistency, and move through adversity without losing your direction. While most people waste time fighting battles to prove themselves or get even, those who master themselves conserve their energy and channel it into growth and achievement. Over time, this composure and focus make you a magnet for respect, trust, and the opportunities that lead to lasting success. At the end of the day, acting like you don't care isn't about shutting yourself off from the world or pretending you don't feel anything. It's about taking back control over your emotions, your focus, and your peace. It's about understanding that not everyone will see your worth, not everyone will support your journey, and not everyone's opinion deserves space in your mind. When you stop handing your power to every person who doubts you, every critic who whispers, and every situation that tries to shake you, you create a level of strength most people never reach. You become someone who moves with calm confidence, who doesn't need to chase validation, and who lets results, not reactions, speak the loudest. Life will always test you, and people will always watch to see if you break. But when you learn to rise above the noise, to focus on your growth, and to move forward without needing approval, you become unstoppable. Not because the world gets easier, but because you've grown stronger. And when you master that, respect, success, and peace stop being things you chase and start becoming things that naturally follow wherever you go.